Hello everyone, today's topic of conversation is collection accounts, which is a huge topic of conversation when it comes to disputing items on your credit report, so pay close attention to everything that's covered in this unit of the course. So collection accounts are not all created equal. The first thing you'll want to consider when it comes to collection accounts is whether the account is medical or non-medical. Medical collections typically result in 7 to 10 points lost. In most cases, you can still close on a mortgage loan with medical collections that have outstanding balances. However, it is a good idea to check with your mortgage loan officer to ensure how much actual medical debt you can have and still get through that underwriting process. In some cases, it may be necessary to pay off some of your medical collections, but maybe not necessarily all of your medical collections in order to still close on a home. Non-medical collections typically result in 30 to 70 points lost. Non-medical collections are typically a negative item that will keep you from getting through the underwriting process and qualifying for a mortgage loan. So in nearly most cases, if you have collections on your account that are not medical, those will either need to be paid, settled, or disputed. If they're fraudulent or you believe they shouldn't be there, then they need to go through that dispute process, and we'll walk through that dispute process here in a moment. But non-medical collections will generally keep you from closing on a home. So if you have non-medical collections, you need to start working on what needs to be done with those collections in order for the loan to actually go through. So we're going to cover some of those steps here on the next slide. Now, if the debt does belong to you, or you have attempted to dispute it and it's continuing to be verified and existing on your credit report, then your options are settling or paying those accounts. So here's some coaching on what you should do if you're attempting to settle your collection accounts and trying to save some money by settling on a balance less than what's reporting on the credit report. So the first step in attempting to settling collection accounts is calling the creditor and always being as kind as possible. We understand this can be a very frustrating process for anyone going through it, and it is easy to get heated and upset with the people that you're speaking with in regards to settling this. So just always know being as kind, as polite as you possibly can, understanding that the individual you're talking to is not necessarily why this problem has occurred in the first place. So if you can be a ray of sunshine in their day, we promise you'll always get much further with settling these collection accounts. Step number 2 is try to save up 50% of what the overall balance is on the credit report before calling and attempting to negotiate a settlement. Now, this is because once you do reach a settlement agreement, they're usually going to want payment within 24 to 48 hours. So if you don't have anything saved, they're not going to wait for you to save that up at that point. So it's always a good idea to save 50%, and then when you do call, offer 30%. So you're going to offer 30% of the overall balance and let them know if they can't accept the amount that you're offering, then you'll need to use that money towards other collections reporting on your account. And this just kind of gives them a sense of urgency on if they want to accept what you're offering, because they may not get the opportunity to get any money out of you in the future if they don't accept it. So this creates some urgency for them. And then you still have a little bit of wiggle room because you've saved 50%. If they come back with a counteroffer, hopefully you still have a little wiggle room to be able to reach some type of settlement with the creditor. Now, step 4 is sometimes steps 1 through 3 you don't get where you were hoping to get. So we always recommend calling again. If you need to stop that conversation and say, thank you for your time, I appreciate it, I can't work with the terms that we have been discussing on this call, hang up, wait a day or two, call again, and 99% of the time the outcome of an attempted settlement depends on the individual who answers. So call until you reach someone that's willing to work with you. Disputing collection accounts. Now, this is a huge topic. So disputing every negative item on your credit report can sometimes lead to catastrophic problems when it comes to qualifying for a mortgage loan or helping to improve your credit. And there are a lot of credit repair agencies out there that don't truly analyze what's on the credit report. They simply go in and dispute every single negative item that they find on your credit report without looking at things like date last reported or date of last activity. So next to each account on your credit report, you'll notice a date last reported. If this date is more than 3 years ago, do not dispute this account. Disputing collection accounts that have not reported in 3 years or more may result in a brand new collection account reporting on your credit report, which would equate to a loss of 30 to 70 points all over again. We highly recommend setting up an appointment with a credit specialist if you are unsure about any items that you're disputing on your credit report. Now, the reason this can be so catastrophic is because if you've already gone 3 years and that account hasn't reported month after month after month, if it's still showing on your report, but further back in the history, if it hasn't been reporting and you dispute it, and then the credit bureau goes to the original creditor and the creditor verifies that it's accurate, then the credit bureau is required to report for the first month again. So over the course of the last 3 years, you were building points back based off of what you lost originally on that collection account. But the second they report that verification on what you disputed, it's a brand new collection on the credit report. And not only is it a brand new collection on your credit report, but it also starts the time frame, the time clock of the 7 years that it's legally allowed to report. It starts that all over again. Always talk to your loan officer. It is always a good idea to talk to your mortgage loan officer about collection balances and what is allowable in terms of getting through the underwriting process and ultimately qualifying for a home loan. Every loan officer you talk to, every loan you apply for, they're all going to have different tools in their belt, things they're able to do, things they're not able to do, loan programs that they're able to provide to you. So always be in close communication with your loan officer to determine what's acceptable as far as you being able to qualify with existing collection balances that are reporting against you. If you need any help or have any questions in regards to collection accounts, please text my credit coach to 435-222-1800 and we'll walk you through the steps on what you need to do to get in touch with a credit coach to help you out with any of those questions that you have. We appreciate you watching this video. We hope you paid close attention and that you'll watch it again if you have any questions, because this is a very important topic when it comes to home qualification.